You're an original dude. You love it. You love pushing buttons. Nah, I guess you could sound bisexual.
Gay. That means you're gay.
Because I've been with men and women and trans women.
Gross. This is gross.
Man, but I hate these terms. I feel like it does more to alienate us and bring us together.
No. These terms help us identify who's gay and who's not. Because you know what? Most women don't want to have sex with a man who's blowing another dude on the weekends. Because it's gross, and that's how you spread diseases. Just ask all those chicks who are married to black dudes in Atlanta how they got AIDS.
You know, at the end of the day, it's nobody's business. I do what I want, when I want, with who I want. I don't give a fucking fuck what you got to think or say about it. Welcome to the Republican Party. They don't care. You're right, they don't care. No, not with their sweeping executive orders.
What executive order made it illegal for you to be gay? The executive orders were about how you can't transition children. We don't want to chemically and physically castrate children, and that makes us the bad guys? These people are so mentally ill. They know these philosophies from the news, and then they automatically think they're right. This guy has done absolutely zero research.
They don't care. They don't make it their entire personality to fucking care about what other people do. They don't care. Oh yeah, that's right. They invade women's bodies. They don't care. They're the party of freedom, you fucking...
First of all, he's totally wrong about the Republican Party. It's actually one of the major criticisms that real conservatives have with the Republicans is that they just allow way too much bullshit that's not conservative, right? Now the Republican Party is all pro-gay marriage, pro-LGBT being thrown everywhere. That's not conservative at all. But obviously that's not accepting enough for this guy. You gotta be gay yourself too. And in his liberal audience, people are grossed out by him. First of all, because he looks like a troll and he shouldn't be sleeping with anyone, never mind sleeping with everyone.
Dumb bitch, fuck you. Yeah, they don't care. Yeah, Republicans are totally the cool guys.
He hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything except played to a crowd that is equally as brainwashed as him, who's ready to talk about how the Republicans are the real Nazis. Yeah, you're the party of freedom. Yeah, you know why? Because Democrats were the ones who wanted to force us to take a medical experiment injection and say that it was for the good of all people. By the way, communism is not freedom. Communism gets you to do things that you don't want to do by telling you it's for the greater good. Forget your liberty, forget your rights as an individual. No, this is for the greater good. And it was people like him who were calling you stupid during that time, who were yelling at you and telling you that you were selfish. So who really cared about what you were doing with your body? Who was really interested in controlling you? Who was invading women's bodies? Oh, you care so much about women's bodies? Why were pregnant women being mandated to take an experimental vaccine? You can't even eat fish as a woman, but you had to take this medical experiment, which, by the way, now we know actually had seriously damaging effects.
Now, yeah, their representative Elon, he's the coolest. Yeah, that fucking jumping jelly bean.
He's got absolutely nothing to say about Elon except make fun of the way he jumps. By the way, I think the way Elon jumps is kind of endearing. You know, I have a lot of criticisms of Elon, by the way. This H-1B thing, I'm not a fan of. The people that are getting banned on X, even though they're not breaking any laws, I'm not a fan of. A lot of the nationalists getting banned on X, I'm not a fan of. But the way he jumps, I mean, it's kind of cute. It's like he's so excited about the fact that everybody's going to have to get the mark of the beast and subscribe to his system. You can't take that away from this guy.
They don't care. They're the coolest. They zig hail in public because they just don't care. Yeah, that's right. You love it. You love using terms like triggered. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yup.
The irony of this is that he's over here projecting all of this stuff on this unsuspecting victim in the crowd who dared to actually kind of give him some acceptance and say, hey, you know, even on the conservative side, we're accepting your degenerate homosexual lifestyle, which this is why we don't like to call ourselves Republicans, okay? And he then goes on and attacks him and says every trite point we've heard from the left for the last 8 years. And then has the nerve to tell that guy, you're an original guy, sarcastically, with absolutely no self-awareness.
You're an original dude. You love it. You love pushing buttons. That's right. That's right. Keep her docile and quiet. That's right. Yeah. Make choices for her. Yeah. I'm a Republican cool guy, you fucking bereft of a soul piece of shit. Fuck you.
Who are these SEALs that are just clapping? They're all, this is so funny because these people all have an idea of what Republicans are like based on Hollywood movies. They cannot separate fact from fiction. In Hollywood movies, you have these, macho, misogynist, toxic men make decisions for the women. Can you believe they don't even let them order what they want to eat? Never mind make a decision to kill their own unborn children. I mean, this guy is playing to this idea of being like a male feminist. He's for women. He's for women making their own choices. These men are always for that because they don't want any accountability. It totally helps them for you to go out and abort their child because then they don't have to pay you any child support and they're off the hook. So yeah, we're pro women. Feminine boys, very feminine man, a liar, is not able to show up for a woman, would never understand what a real man does, and he has to sit there and have the nerve to make fun of quote unquote Republican men. I know conservative men who got a woman pregnant, they had nothing, they didn't want to have anything to do with her, but because of her getting pregnant, they stuck around, they showed up, and they supported the kid to their own detriment, which is the definition of being an adult and being an adult male, is often you are making sacrifices for people who need you. Let's say you were in a war and the enemy was at the gates and their plan was to come in and you, if you're a woman. Is this the guy you want in the cabin with you? Or do you think you'd want that racist, misogynist Republican male? This is why comedy's dying. You have people like him and this chick.
I'll say this, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There are so many people that came together to be supportive and fucking amazing.
People don't just say these platitudes. I'm so glad everybody came together to be supportive and fucking amazing. What are we supporting? Huh? There was a certain Austrian painter who brought a lot of people together to be supportive. I don't know if you would approve that.
Amazing. And you're putting no, fucking look me in the eyes. You're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my fucking, look me in the fucking eyes.
I'm going through such a hard time right now. What's the hard time you're talking about? Because I don't think it's the hard time I'm talking about, and I'm talking about the real hard time. You think you're going through a hard time just because they elected a white man as president. And oh my God, we're so oppressed because I can't kill my child at 5.5 months because I want a career in middle-level marketing. You know what my definition of a hard time is? Third world migrants who are coming in, raping, murdering, killing, crashing their cars into Americans, using our systems where there's nothing left for the American people. You know what I think a hard time is? Funding a genocide in the Middle East because we don't have the guts to stand up to the people who have hacked our system and use our own tax dollars to bribe our own politicians. You know what I think is a hard time right now? That there's probably still a bunch of kids on Epstein's Island who are getting molested in order to blackmail our politicians. That's what I think a hard time is right now. I don't think it's a hard time that you can't go around announcing that you're trans and then jumping into women's sports. That's not a hard time. These people are not interested in being real comedians or saying anything actually interesting. They just want to be famous and they just want to be rich and they want to seem like they're cool while they're doing it. And they miss the memo that all that liberal talking bullshit, nobody thinks is cool anymore. It just means you've been programmed by the machine to support the machine, and we think you're pathetic.